Guys, so this is episode 2 of Castle Forgehold. So, in between episodes I have tried designing a new nether pool. I've retextured the 2 upper sections of the keep. I've also done some organising of the shulker boxes, as well as finished the armour for the castle guard. So, well, the king's guard. Firstly, I've retextured the top 2 sections. I did also have andesite mixed in with stone brick, but I felt like it was a bit too jarring of a texture. So basically what I've done is I've taken out all the andesite and I've textured this bottom section as well as retextured the top. I think it looks a bit better. The gravel might stick out a little bit much for my liking, but honestly it's better than just using normal stone brick and cracked stone brick. I think it looks quite good. The plan would be next to texture this bottom section of the keep, however that is something to do later on. So yeah, that was the texturing. The new nether portal is going to be going down here. It's still not quite complete, so I will be finishing that up and then we will be building it in this episode, which is all fun and games. So it'll be going right here. The plan is I'm going to make it a little bit less wide, but also significantly taller, so possibly just below where the stairs are there. So yeah, that's the general idea for the nether portal. I've also organised some shulker boxes. Over here was an absolute dumpster fire of a mess. I've tidied up it up a little bit, so there's no longer shulkers all over here, all over here. It's literally just these main 3, which have got texture and stuff, some wood, and then some deep slate stuffs, and then those which I am still in need of going through, and then this is full of my stone related stuff. These chests will also have to be organised eventually, however for the time being I'm going to leave that be. So there's the shulker boxes. I've still got the shulker boxes over next to the beacon from last episode where we were tearing out the river, but that's still something to be worked on. In between episodes I finished off the King's Guard. So King's Guard was sort of I also added new carpets. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but that's the sort of idea, rather than, you know, red and yellow, which doesn't exactly go with the card colours. It's definitely not finished, but that's the general idea. So King's Guard, 12 men, 12 families in the kingdom. The idea is that these will all be fully enchanted netherite armour. At the moment they're just fully enchanted diamond. As you can see, the amount of levels it takes to put books on enchanted armour is bloody ridiculous. I'm also planning on redoing this area possibly slightly, but that's something for a different episode. But yeah, so these have all got fully maxed enchants. The plan is I'm going to have them as full netherite as well as a different armor trim for each family. There's 12 families, 16 armor trims, plus the netherite template. Netherite template doesn't count, which means there'll have to be 3 armor templates that I'm not going to be including. I haven't decided which ones yet, but that is that. There will be a 13th, which would be mine, which would have its own armor trim. I have not decided which I'm going to have yet, but that is a problem for a different day, because I do not know. One of the jobs we're going to be doing in this episode is we're going to be going mining for netherite, because I'm basically completely out. We are going to be looking at where I'm thinking about putting the dragon's lair. I've also just had the idea of having there be like a castle ruins there as well, so that's a fair distance away. I can show you on the map. I think I showed you this map in last episode, but I'm going to show you again. So this is the map. This is where Castle Forgehold is, in the middle bottom. This is the map so far. Another job we're going to be doing in this episode is some expansion of the map, so possibly those 4 in the top, as well as one of the rows, or possibly the bottom row as well. I'm not entirely sure yet, but that is the plan for the episode. And yeah, so the idea is that this mountain area circling the swamp biome would be the castle lair. Not the castle lair, the dragon's lair. We've got 2 nether portals by the looks of things. One over here near these mountains over here, and then one in the middle of the swamp. The plan is that we're gonna have the dragons surrounding on the mountain area, possibly putting a castle ruins on the mountain itself, or we're gonna have the castle ruins in the swamp. I haven't decided yet. We've also got some islandy bits over here, so some sort of idea for there. General ideas that I've got for the areas of the surrounding empire, because that's basically what Forgehold is going to be. It's going to be a kingdom within a massive empire of interconnected kingdoms. That's the general idea. I'm thinking of having the dwarves or Vikings, however, will be up here in the north. I'm thinking possibly having elves in this very dense taiga, thinking about having some sort of island, floating islands for like sort of like Greek or Roman inspired buildings. So we're talking like Colosseums, the Acropolis, that sort of thing. That is the general idea, but obviously once we expand the map out further, we'll have more of an idea of what we can do, how much space we've got to work with, that sort of stuff, and then we can obviously decide where things are going, that sort of stuff. That is the general idea, however. So yeah, that is the idea for this episode. I also am going to be texturing the stone area that we had for the new docks over next to the boat, because that is just plain stone at the moment, and it looks a bit plain. Funny that. The idea is that I'm just going to add in some andesite and possibly some cobblestone, because I tried out using some coral blocks and I felt like it was too dark and it was too jarring of a difference in texture, so I decided I've tested a bunch of ideas. The idea is going to be the cobblestone, andesite, and maybe some gravel. It'll probably be mostly andesite and cobblestone, but obviously the idea is that we want it to look more textured than what it is out here, and it'll be the same sort of texturing. So it'll probably be mostly cobblestone, also with the stone. So that is the general idea for this episode. So let's get to it. So first plan is we're going to collect some andesite, some cobblestone, and some gravel, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make some holes in the stone that I've already laid out. So that is as simple as just breaking some holes in the stone. Then I'm going to come around and I'm going to fill those holes in with andesite. So that is the first plan. So I'll fill in the majority of the holes with andesite to begin with, deciding where I want the andesite. Then I'll go in with the gravel, filling those holes in, and then it'll be in with cobblestone. I ended up coming in and changing a bunch of it because I felt like it was too much stone, but that was just sort of what I had to do after the fact, and then it was just a matter of filling then those holes in with the gravel and the cobblestone and the andesite, just so it was a little bit more balanced rather than being so stone heavy. Alrighty, so here is the finished product. Possibly could do a bit more refinement, like I do. You're a different issue. I do feel like there still might be a little bit too much stone, but honestly I'm not too fussed for the time being. Like, it'll do the trick, and because it is not just a flat plane of stone. So that's all done and dusted. So next thing I want to do is I'm going to take you guys over to the mountain range where I'm thinking about putting the dragons and the possible castle ruins. So let's head over there. Alrighty guys, so this is the area on the map. So this is the big swamp right in the middle, and these are the supposed mountains. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work, funnily enough. Like, over here isn't horrific, like this isn't too bad, but like this isn't what I had in mind. So this has given me an idea. What if I was to undertake a massive terraforming project? I'd probably leave this, actually. This is pretty cool. But what if I undertake a massive terraforming project? There's a ruin portal there, which also leads to the linking of the ruin portals to the castle, which I like the idea of. What if I make some really big mountains here? That is the only idea I've got. So this would be a massive project for me to undertake, and so yeah, that is my only idea. Given I really like the idea of having the mountains coming all the way around the swamp itself. So mountains all along here, as in like I'm talking like 1.18 mountains, you know, not like the smaller ones that we had beforehand. So it would be encircling here. I'd probably leave this area pretty much the same, and then I'd probably end up with some more mountains coming. I might also add some mountains over here. Ah yeah, it would be over here as well then. So all of this probably be extended up, coming all the way around. This is a massive terraforming project, which I don't know if I'm down for, but hey, it's an idea. It's an idea nonetheless. So yeah, well, let me know what you guys think of that idea. That is the general plan. And obviously the swamp exists. this little island exists, which reminds me of an island in Velen on the game The Witcher 3, where it's called Fyke Island, and it's a island in the middle of like a lake. Funny that. And basically it exists specifically as an island for a sorcerer's tower, and I really like that idea, and I might steal it. There's also another ruin pool over there. Might have to get rid of one of them, but you know, it's still near. Obviously I still like the idea of the castle, or castle ruins rather, being on the mountains or in the swamp, either or. I haven't really decided. The thing is that I'd have to build the bloody mountains first, so there's no point really deciding on anything yet. I'd have to get rid of one of these two, probably be that one, I'm not gonna lie. I like the idea of there being one right in the middle of the swamp. But yeah, so that sort of screws with my plans, but hey, you make do with what you got. So yeah, on to the next thing, I guess. I think it's to do some maps. In terms of the map, I think I'm going to do this right strip, so going all the way from the bottom where it's ocean all the way up the side. Hopefully we'll see some more of that snowy biome up in the top right, and then we'll also see the continuation of the stony peaks going around here. But yeah, so there's what, a dozen or so maps that I need to fill in. Let's get to it. So it's a matter of emptying out my inventory, so I'm grabbing out a shulker box and shoving everything in my inventory that I don't need into the shulker box. Then it's a matter of grabbing out the materials I need, so that is the empty maps, locate maps, the cartography table, and the paper. All the maps I use are locator maps and are then sized up to size 1 rather than being size 0. So it's simple as opening map, placing down a cartography table, upgrading the map to size 1, filling out the map, rinse and repeat. I did this 11 times because that's how many maps I needed. It's a pretty simple process. It's a little bit more finicky when it comes to oceans, because oceans there's nothing to build off of, but same general concept. And yeah, so it's just that, rinse and repeat. Alrighty guys, so that is all of the maps done. As you can see, all 11 maps are right there. So I'm just heading back to base now, and I'll be back whenever I'm adding them in. Alrighty, so I am back. I'm going to put this map back there, like so. Rotate you so that you are correctly aligned. Then if we do it 3 maps at a time, that's really annoying. I'm going to shove some fireworks in there to avoid that problem. So 1, 2, 3. You are not the right map. You are. That's my bad. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So as you can see, we captured more of the snow. The snow does go further. There's also a pillager outpost literally just on the outskirts of this map, as well as another village if you go further that way on this map, but for the time being, that can stay as is. Then, as I said, we captured the stony peaks going all the way around here, so this is where we'd be working on. So all of these would be raised up to actually be stony peaks rather than just the flat mountains and like stony hills that they are now. So I'd come all the way around here, leaving the river where it is, so the river would still come through here. Possibly destroy some of this so that the river is a bit more flowy rather than this. Or what I could do is I could just expand this river out a bunch. But realistically speaking, if as well as expand it here, obviously. But if the river's coming through here, it's gonna break through that. But the realism is, you know, it's Minecraft. So yeah, so you're gonna have the mountains come through here. We'll go around there. Leave this section here because this is what the massive floating bit is, and then the mountains coming all the way around here. Then probably also going up there as well. Possibly leaving an opening here for this island, where I'd probably make some more of like a moat around it. We've got a similar concept over here, so it's just cool things to look at and like just interpret the terrain generation. Then I didn't realize that there's actually a massive dark oak forest encircling this area here, which is interesting given the whole reason why I picked where I picked for Castle Forgehold itself is because of the fact that it was a dark oak forest and it was generally flat land. This land is a lot more diverse in terms of height and just levels, but it probably would have been a hell of a lot more interesting to work over here than what it was on Castle Forgehold. That is one of the downsides, is that Castle Forgehold is very, very flat. But hey, it worked out for the best, and it's made Castle Forgehold really cool, to be fair. So I can't complain too much. Like I'm complaining, but it is what it is. and the castle's like 90% there. I know we've still got the rich district, which I'm going to start chipping away at in the next couple of videos, but still, it's pretty cool. And then yeah, also more ocean over here. There is some land over here as well, so I don't know how I'm going to go about that, and I'm assuming this will be mostly ocean going down here as well. I know there's some land that will connect up all over here and stuff, but that's a thing for whenever I do maps next. But yeah, so that was pretty successful on maps. Next off, I'm gonna finish designing the nether ball, then grab the materials for it, and then I'm gonna build it.
Alrighty guys, so I've got the design for the portal down, and now I just need to collect the materials for it. One thing you're gonna notice is that the mic quality either sounds horrifically worse or horrifically better in a good way. So let me know. Like, it's a new headset, so I'm trying it out, seeing how that goes. But yeah. So the materials we're gonna need is a bunch of deep slate. So I'm gonna collect that up, as well as some obsidian. So yeah, let's get to it. So, because I'm in dire need of obsidian for this portal, I have to go to the end through my nether hub system to go and mine some of the obsidian towers. So here I am placing down my beacon so that I'm not spending hours trying to mine a grand total of basically nothing of obsidian. So I'm just going to leave you guys to enjoying some lovely copyright free music. Big scary running with an enderman. I nearly died. I'm so proud of myself for that. This is why we're not allowed nice things. Because dumbasses like me look at enderman, piss them off royally, and you know... Right, I think that's where I'm calling it for obsidian gathering. I've got 2.5 stacks, so that should do me for now. Obviously I'm not using the majority of this. I'm going to leave the beacon there so that whenever I come back, because I'm going to want more obsidian eventually, it'll be there ready for me. Right, now to build the portal. So I've got all the materials. I'm just going to start building the portal now. One thing I will say is that this portal was ever so slightly finicky to design, given that we haven't got access to custom nether portal shapes, which sucks. It means that I've got to be slightly careful how I build it, because of the fact that otherwise I'd have obsidian showing, which I don't particularly want. Like, the whole idea is that the deep slate is this magical stuff that's come through the nether portal, and it's like impurifying, almost like dark magic or whatever. And that's the sort of general thing that the blacksmith uses in the bottom of the blacksmiths. And that's just sort of the general idea, is that this is the magical power that comes from the nether portal that link up the nether portals in other areas as well, which I have in mind. One item I did forget to grab is purple wool, which I'm going to be putting behind the actual portal itself to give it a bit more of a glow, so it's not just like the bricks against the portal frames themselves. Alrighty guys, so this is the portal mostly done. There's still some finishing touches that I need to add in, like the glass panes and the glass blocks, and I'm also thinking about swapping out these lanterns for solar lanterns. So basically it gives this, the portal road itself this nice glow, but I'd say that's a job well done. I could probably do with adding in some more texturing on the deep slate tiles, so I'm just going to do that real quick, but otherwise that's it, about done. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. I've got to say, I went through a couple of iterations with it, some which I wasn't as pleased with as others, but alas, I've designed it, and I'm happy with the design. Now the finishing touches is just to light the portal. So without further ado, this is the portal of Portal Road. I think it looks quite nice. One thing I might do is I might swap those up for stone brick, deep slate brick, rather than the polished, to thicken up that middle section of deep slate. But otherwise, let's test to make sure that it's linked up properly. Survey says this should link up to the nether roof like highway I've got, and yeah, it does. Brilliant. Well, I'd say that's a job well done. So to conclude, what have we done in this episode? So we have added some maps to the map of the general surrounding area and empire. We have also checked out the area that we are going to be putting the mountains, ruined castles, and possibly dragons. And we have built the new portal for Portal Road. And so I think that's where I'm going to call this episode here. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will speak to you guys in the next video. Bye! Okay, so I might have lied. There's one more job that we've got to do in this episode, which is, unfortunately, going netherite mining. The plan is I'm either going to use beds, or I'm going to use TNT, or I'm just going to use pickaxes. I haven't really decided yet. So, I use a bit of everything and see how that goes. So, yeah, now it's time to go netherite mining. What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to jump cut to after I've done it, because you don't want to watch me tear out the underside of the nether. It's not particularly eventful or fun for you guys. I'll see you in a sec. Alrighty guys, so this is me done with netherite mining for now, because screw netherite mining, that sucks. I managed to get 53 ancient debris, which is like 13 netherite ingots, which is good. It's a good start, but obviously it's not the 48 that I need for the armour for the King's Guard. So, in the next couple of videos, or in the next video, or in between episodes, I'm going to do some more netherite mining, hopefully get a bit more netherite ancient debris for the nether ingots for the armor, as well as in the next couple of videos we're going to go out smithing template hunting, because we're going to have the different smithing template on each of the different sets of armor. We're also going to need to get a bunch of the netherite upgrade templates, because truthfully I have got like 3, so I still need 48. Also debating doing swords for these sets of armor as well, which is another, 12 netherite ingots, 12 netherite smithing upgrade templates. It's like one after another. But hey ho, that's where I'm going to call this episode here. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.